Hi guys, welcome back to an explain video finally. It's been a long time, so felt good to say explain rather than P3D. And we are today flying something quite different from what we've been flying as of late, the A300, which I don't fly that much. It deserves to be flown because you don't know how long we'll be able to fly this in uh, in Explain 12. And P3D doesn't have a version, right? So I'm just happy that I got my hands on this one before it was taken off the market when Inibuilds ditched us explainers. But yeah, we are here at Osaka, or actually Kansai International, and we're gonna fly to Shubu. So what's that? That's like south of Nagoya. It's a very short flight. We're doing like a domestic high capacity flight, and I'll show you how short it is. So if you think about it, our last flight here in Japan was from Narita here. Now we're doing 1/3 of that flight. But I just want to do something short. It's pretty late evening here, but I really want to get in a flight. So I thought this would be fun. And what else? Not much else to highlight. We're flying for Walker Transport because those have a lot of liveries and a lot of them that I really like, such as this black and red one. One sad thing with the Inibuilds A300 is that I don't get the ground handling thing to work, but I think I'll just have to Google a bit and I'll be able to find the reason for that. But it's a damn shame that they kind of just said F you to all of us explainers, because, I mean, they could have just continued developing some really nice aircrafts. And I really feel like, I mean, if you look at X-Plane now, it's really coming into its own. One disclaimer, of course, I'm using the map enhancement. But I mean, even with that, or without that, it's still really, it's a very good sim. I mean, if I compare X-Plane 12.3 compared to 12.1, it's basically night and day. Or was it 12.1? Maybe it was an earlier version than that. But some of those early versions, it was just awful looking clouds, just messy all around. And now we really have this really nice simulator. Still not good enough to to get me away from flying in P3D, but it is harder now to justify flying in P3D when you have such a good sim as X-Plane 12.3 and an even better one, I assume, with 12.4 and 12.5. And I do hope they develop. I actually don't. I hope they don't release a new sim. I hope they maybe an upgrade or something instead. I'll have to pay for that to keep things going for laminar research. But yeah, with that said, I think things are looking pretty good. Not sure why the catering truck ditched it or ditched the aircraft, but some logic. Here we have the passenger bus. It's driven a bit weird. I'm gonna remove that. But let's get back into the aircraft. And as we can see, we have a very nice looking aircraft. I mean, the Ini A300 is very well done. I think it's a very good add-on. If we consider its age, I mean, there's been some updates to make it X-Plane 12 compatible, but not considering those, I mean, this must have been an amazing aircraft when it was released originally. This and the A310. I still remember when I was a kid and they, really had these kind of like one huge screen on the wide body. On wide body aircrafts. Not sure I ever flew the A300 though. I'll need to ask my father, but it's hard to remember, right? If you're not really like an aviation enthusiast, you're not really gonna care, right? But I mean, this is also cool. I never realized this, right? You had the possibility to put different kind of lights on. Let's see how does purple look different from. Well, okay, pretty dope, pretty dope. And then some in-up lights, but okay, that's fine, or buttons. Let's get into the aircraft and let's do ESC and let's jump here to our seat. And what we'll do, because I already connected the battery and the external power, and the reason why I did that very early was because I had problems once with this aircraft. I think it was like up in Norway, where immediately when I flicked one of the battery switches, it just wouldn't work anymore. So it was very strange. Yeah, the cockpit door, we can lock that. We don't want anyone in here anyway. We can put all of these thingamabobs on. At least I find it easier to go about it that way. Let's remember the pitch trim. And what we can do is the nav and logo lights, and we can arm those. So some of the basics at least are now set up as they should be. And I'm gonna start the Walker Air A-car system. And while we wait for that to start, I'm also gonna connect here on Pilot to ADC. I'm just gonna move this a bit. I'll move this one as well. I think I need to log in. Okay, let's see if we can get connection.
06 right.
Kansai International
automatic,
Airport
so
Information X-ray.
Find
930
this one.
local winds are 348 at 14 knots. Visibility 6 miles.
Now let's remove the 80s. There we go. Flight plan found, and we are in X-plane. So that's great to see that it's working. So what we need to do now is load up our plane. We're gonna be at 0 fuel of 256.1 and block fuel of 21.4. The great part about flying X-plane, I don't need to care about chase planes. So that's actually a big bonus, not gonna lie. Okay, let me see. 2, 5, 6.1 to 1 dot, let's do 5 actually to give us a bit. We can load that, and maybe we can, okay, we can send it here to the takeoff performance 1. One thing I realized I don't have, because do we have Avitab in this one? I don't think you have Avitab, right? No. So the EFB could be a bit better. We're flying from RJBB to RJGG. So let's see if we have any charge for or charts for Zubul. And I think I did find actually a package, so we're gonna load that into our EFB. I was really considering what I was gonna fly today. It was gonna be the A330, the A340, but then I decided on that. Let's do the A300. And as you can hear, it's kind of cool, right? They're talking with the Asian or Japanese accents actually. So that's one thing I like with this pack that I got from I think it was X-Plane store actually. You can buy the X-Plane one or the P3D one, but they work in both. So it's like a great offer. So I just bought the one that was on sale. Okay, now let's see if we have this one here. I'm getting more and more charts in my little collection of different one. And we do have it, and it works perfectly good. Now my hardware tablet hasn't at least yet given up on me. Okay, let's check our viewpoints actually. Do we have some nice ones set up? Yeah, I really like the X-Plane system of setting the viewpoints where you can just click through them. It's very nice. I wish there was something similar. Chase plane is close to that though. I'll give them that. Okay, galley. Or was this one off? Yeah, we can. Who cares about that? We can do the fire alarms maybe. Oh wait, that's the... Sorry, that's not the test. These are the test suites. I think this one has pretty good sounds, this aircraft. No need for any kind of third-party pack or a third-party add-on for that, which I know can be the case in with some aircraft. Okay, we have some doors that are open, so that's why we're getting that warning. Walker 4003 heavy, ready to copy, IFR clearance. Okay, there we go. We are
Walker
gonna...
4003 Heavy is cleared to Romeo Juliet Golf Golf. Fly the Susan 2 departure with the Tomo transition then as filed. Expect departure runway 06 left. Climb to 6,000 feet via the departure. Expect higher clearances 2 minutes after departure.
Okay, the
Kansai
Susan
departure on
2, that's the one we're expecting.
Squawk 4042.
Runway 06, 4042, 6,000 feet.
Walker
Yes, we can't put that
4003
on
Heavy
yet.
is
That's
cleared
just how
to
it is.
Romeo Juliet Golf Golf. Fly the Susan 2 departure with the Tomo transition then as filed. Climb to 6,000
40.
feet via the departure. Expect higher clearances 2 minutes after departure. Kansai departure on 119.2. Squawk
Kansai.
4042.
4042. In it.
Walker 4003 Heavy readback correct. QNH is 1023.
Sorry,
Contact
RJBB.
Kansai ground on 121.65.
B,
When ready
that's
for
the
pushback,
Swedish
have a good
word,
one.
or the Swedish pronunciation of B. Let's see,
QNH is
RJGG.
1023. Ground on 121.65. Walker
We have an
4003 Heavy.
alternate of, and I actually like this fact with Walker that you have the possibility to fly to an alternate airport. I think in this case the alternate might actually be to go back. But let's align the IRS. RJBB is gonna be our alternate. We're not gonna fly that high, I'm just gonna use my ATC for flight idea. Cost index wise, it's gonna be 100, so quite a nice number. Flight level is gonna be 170. Cruise winds are, let me just check there. No, that's not the one. Here we go. 280 at 55. There we go. Oh yeah, 256.1 for 0 fuel. 21.5 for block. The CG value, I think you can get it from here. I think this might be the only place you can get it. Let me just check. 28.1. 28.1. There we go. So yeah, we have a bit of a different optimal cruise level, but that's fine. In terms of pilot to ADC, we can't see the range yet, but it's not going to be a long flight. We're going to go up and we're going to go down. We can do the route actually as a next step. So we'll do the SID first. That's going to be the Susan 2. We're taking off from runway 6 left, I think it was, right? Let me just double check so that I didn't blank on that. Yeah. 06 left and Susan 2. And the transition from Susan is gonna be Tomo. So we don't have that here. We'll insert.
Ground, good morning, Air Busan 116.
Oh yeah, but then we're
Very
flying
short
Natch as the kind of direct waypoint. After that, I think, yeah, that seems to be the one. You can see it here on the estimated time. I think it's the estimated time of arrival. Then we have from Natch, we have a airway. Sorry, I pressed wrong. That's Y55. And we're flying from Y55 to Cards. Let me get this down. I think it works. Yeah, that's good. Cards is the final one according to our flight plan. We then should have a star to runway 36. We don't know what, so I'm gonna assume the Zulu one. And then it's gonna be the Cards one, and that's all we know as of now in terms of our flight plan. You can go to the init page and actually to the takeoff approach page. And what we want here is the V1 and the rotate. So we need some speeds, and in order to do that, at least this one has a takeoff performance calculator. Let me see, there we go. Need to zoom out a bit. One thing actually we should do, totally forgot, we don't have GSX, but we should set up the flight in the Luke Air tool. So I'm going to do passenger flight. We are flying the A300-600. We're flying X-plane. We can verify route. We can go next. And we can go Walker Air. I will start. Okay, but here, and let me check, do we have the 80 still? No, we do not. So might actually be best. But let's start the boarding here.
American 176, contact ground 121, this not at 905.
2195 America 176, good idea.
Today?
Okay, now it's working. I got stuck with the right. Thought for a second there that maybe we had issues with the Luke air tool. Oh, weird. Yeah, I can't really hear any boarding audio. Okay, not the end of the world though. We'll take the winds and data from our flight plan. Origin forecast is 34 at 14, and let's actually put in the ICAO just in case that makes or resets anything. Okay, nothing so far. It doesn't say that, but we can get this info here. We have a temperature of 11 degrees Celsius. And then a QNH of also not included, so we'll take it from the sim. 1013, 1023. Yeah, off. I think these are correct. Let me see what it's gonna compute. I'm a bit worried about the takeoff weight. But okay, this looks pretty good. Okay, 48, 49, 51. We don't care about the V2, so 48, 49, 51. 1, 48, 149. Oh. Putting it in the wrong, there we go. One thing I actually wonder, A300 operators, was this one at all used in Japan? I know they're pretty big on Boeing in that place, so it's not impossible. Oh yeah, Japan Air System had the B2, the B4 and the 600. And I think
ARPC 522, contact lab control
that was the only operator.
121.5.
Fish 522, ramp to 12175.
So that's interesting. How many did operate the 600 around this area? There were some of the Chinese airlines, yeah. So you would have at least seen it here. Air Hong Kong, China Airlines, China Eastern Airlines, Garuda Indonesia, China Northern Airlines. So you would have probably seen it here, but not in too many domestic Japanese ones. Let me see. Terrain. Why are we on terrain map mode? Okay, let's get rid of that. We'll start the APU, so the master one. I don't think there's anything to wait for in terms of flaps open or similar. And now I can actually hear the boarding music, so it just took a bit of time for it to kind of start off. It's very good. This is just default scenery. I actually really, I mean, sometimes I feel like, okay, some airports, maybe I'll get like Arlanda or a good Helsinki in X-Plane, but I don't really care. I mean, the airports are, you know, good enough with the gateway. I'm at least happy in that regard. Okay, let's start the APU. Yeah, we don't wanna. Is that better? I can still see the goddamn chair. Okay, we don't need this one anymore. 15, trim one down. We can't do that yet though, we need to start things. Okay, so maybe we can keep that on for the time being. In terms of windy, I'm checking it on my Samsung tablet. I think the weather is looking pretty fine. The wind is coming in from the north. At our cruising altitude, it's coming in from the west, so we're gonna be getting a nice tailwind. Interesting though, I don't think the landing will be that easy, because that means we have a crosswind. Yeah. Or maybe not that. Let me check when we go down to surface. Well, a tiny crosswind. We're gonna be landing from the south, heading north basically. Good. We'll have to, since this is such a short flight, we'll have to be prepared pretty quickly to plan the approach. I'm gonna see if I can find it. It's gonna be ILS 36. That's what I'm seeing here. So let's see if we have anything. Here we have RNAV 436. RNAV. It's gonna be an ILS though. RNAV transition. I hope there's an ILS though. We have visual ones, more RNAVs, we have the VORs, we have the ILS. VOR. Here we go. ILS. Zulu. Good. We have the information for the takeoff, so that's perfect. And I think we now also have the APU. Yeah, because it's changed down there. We can hear the sound of the bleeds coming online. We have a leak. Why do we have a leak? Or maybe that's just what it's supposed to say. Can we see the... Well, who knows? Or maybe it's the fact that I actually have the doors open. Maybe that's the leak. Let me go to the menu, ground ops. I will shut these, so we'll close all the doors. Looking good. Interesting with some Chinese airlines here around us, because I don't think they're flying. There's a lot of problems right now between China and Japan. Some arguing going on. Okay, now we got the pitch one, and that means we have these. What was it, 152, right? I'll put that in. I'll put this to 6,000. So I think that was the climb clearance we got. We can put that on. Constraints. We'll use terrain on the right one. I'm just putting it on so I remember. Ground services. We don't need catering any bus. We don't need the external power one. Think we... Let me see if we can get the parking brake set. Maybe I need to remove the chocks for that to work. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I will shut this down for the time being. The A300-600R on the line. That's the one. Okay, we'll also remove this thingamabob, the jetway. Just make sure everything is closed and it's looking good. We'll check pilot to ADC before we ask for pushback. It's gonna be a long taxiway. Goddamn. Goddamn. Okay, we'll have to make the best out of it. We're going left.
Japan want to hold the short of Sierra 7 on Charlie.
Hold the short Sierra 7 on Charlie. Japan Air 2.
Taxiing will be as long as the flight. Nah, not really, but almost.
Great news, Captain. Your tow's coming.
Okay, the tow is coming. We'll say that we're ready for
Ground.
pushback.
Walker 4003 heavy ready for pushback.
We are ready
Walker
for pushback.
4003 heavy pushback approved.
Y pushback approved. Walker 4003 heavy.
Okay, we're still boarding packs. Should have put the number of passengers a bit lower. We can start the beacon one. Getting those red lights.
Good morning. On taxiway Bravo.
I almost thought for a second that was a 757, but it's an A321, right? Yeah. And a Neo as well. Cool. Yeah, you can see it on the engines, I guess. Okay. It's attaching itself to us. Sounded a bit weird saying that, but yeah, that's what it's doing. Attaching itself like a leech. I really like how the better pushback works. If they could just add some more features, it would be really cool. Do they need to do anything, or are they waiting for... there we go. And look, they're lifting the whole plane. Yeah. Looks pretty dope. And it kind of ties into how good the physics are in X-Plane, specifically on the ground, etc. It's a very well thought out system. I think now we're ready to go. I'm gonna check, can we
Sierra 7 Juliet, Japan Airline 2.
Can we toggle that the pushback is ready? It doesn't seem like it. Or not pushback, but the boarding is ready, I guess. While we wait, we can just do a quick double check on everything. There we go, now we have the right ones.
May we take Sierra 6 to Juliet instead of
The
Sierra 7?
altimeter was 1023,
no
so we
problem,
can put
Sierra
that
7
in.
Juliet.
Copy that, thank you.
We don't
Sierra
want
6
to change
Juliet,
that,
Juliet,
it's this
Juliet,
one. 1023. 1023. And that was wrong. 1023. Can we already set our...
272 Finnair is waiting, you're number 1.
Okay, not yet. We can put on this one. TARA, right? I think it's supposed to be on. I think we can arm the spoilers, even though I also presume you wouldn't do that at this shit shoot or at this point in time. We have the flight control, so we can then try.
Standby, break, Chinese 272, taxi.
Interesting though, they look a bit... Maybe they're supposed to be like that, but interesting. One looked more pressed and the other looked more depressed. Okay, 25 packs coming on. What we can then do is... I don't think there's anything else we need to do. We are ready. So it's just about starting the pushback. Just gonna check. Yeah, we got pushback approved.
Hey Captain, let me know where you want this thing.
Okay, there.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Toes connected, bypass bends inserted.
Japan
Go to the parking brake when you're ready to go.
GBA
Okay,
Iberia,
parking
Japan
brake when
Airline
we're ready to go. Come on, 18 packs, get on board. I think you can even see that they're boarding. I think that's one of the cool things with the Luke Air tool as well. You can see the people here, and then they kind of start showing up. Let me see, can we can do board instantly though, so that's pretty good. Here you can choose some info you might wanna check. Okay, let's do board instantly. There we go.
Please ensure to place your
Finnair
bags
74
either in the
Sierra
overhead
7
compartment
Okay, I'm
or
gonna
in
release
the
the
seat
parking
in
brake.
front of you. And make sure to set your device to airplane mode. We should be on our way soon.
Okay, let's
so
see,
make sure
can
to
they
fasten your
push
seatbelt
us? Yeah,
and move your seat
we are being
to its
pushed.
upright position. Thank you.
Let's start the safety
Ladies and
briefing.
gentlemen, welcome on board this Walker Air Transport flight. We please ask your attention as we demonstrate the safety features on this aircraft.
Okay, we'll
Please
start
make sure
engine
your
2
bags are
first.
either in the overhead
Iberia
compartment
6800,
or under the
hold
seat
the
in
short
front.
of Sierra 4 and contact
Make sure to
ground
switch your
121.
And 2
phone
value
and
is
electronic devices to
increasing.
airplane mode.
Iberia 680
It's important to fasten your
Sierra 4
seatbelt,
and ground
even when the sign is
12195.
off,
Thank you.
in case we
Adding
pass through
some
unexpected
fuel.
turbulence. During taxi, takeoff, and landing, please fasten your seatbelt.
Can
and
we
make
see,
sure
do we
your
have any
seat is in the
engine
upright
views?
position. In case of a depressurization, oxygen masks will
Wrong
fall from
engine,
above your seat.
unfortunately.
Please wear yours first before helping children and others.
Okay,
In case of an emergency, there are doors in the front, middle, and back of this aircraft. Locate the one nearest you, and it may be behind you. At
Japan
this
Airline
moment,
2, hold
please
the
make
short
sure
of
your
Sierra
phone
4
is
and
switched to
contact ground
airplane.
121 decimal
Your
995.
seatbelt is fastened, and
Also
your seat
Sierra
is
4
on its upright position.
12195, Japan
okay.
2.
For further information,
I
please
think
read the
we
safety
are
information card located in
getting
the
to the
seat pocket
point
in
where
front
we're
of you.
ready to start.
Thank you for flying with Walker Air Transport.
Ready to
We
start
wish you to
the
sit
number
back,
1
relax,
engine.
and enjoy your
Yeah,
flight.
look at this beauty. Still looks great. Da, da, da. That's one of the reasons a bit that, you know, let's see with X-Plane 13, because then you'll lose some, well, basically this one. If they don't decide to redevelop it, of course.
Finnair 74, contact ground 121 decimal 995.
I think we can arm the nav. I think we can arm profile as well. I think those are the ones you need to fly with VNav. Profile is like the VNav. And yeah, fuel. Fuel is important.
Japan 723 approaching a coastal gateway.
Let's put these into flight plan mode.
Japan 723 ground runway 34 left. Taxi
Just
via
about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
check.
And where is this one going in such a hurry? Okay, it's gonna park. Thank God. Cool though. Some A330s here. Can we see which ones they are? The AI aircraft in X-Plane looks. They look really good. This is Traffic Global, right? I think I have that one pack for it as well. But I saw there was an update for Traffic Global, so I should get that at some point. Okay, disconnect. Okay, we're going flaps 15, slats 15. Trim. We wanted to do one down. Can we see what? Well, kind of one down, right?
Take it easy and have a safe flight.
Japan 725 taxi via Sierra 7.
Flaps and slats are set. Runway turn off. Put that to auto. Taxi lights. The engines have started as they should. We can turn off the bleed air from the APU. The ignition. And then turn off the APU master. And yeah, that should be on. Before we get going completely, we'll ask for taxi clearance.
Ground, Walker 4003 heavy ready to taxi.
I mean, it's very close to looking good. We can still see the shadows kind of looking a bit jagged. Okay, I think we are ready to go. I'll
Walker
release the parking brake.
4003 heavy taxi to runway 06 left via Echo 2, Romeo, Sierra 1, Juliet 3,
Add a bit
Sierra
of
6,
thrust.
Juliet 4, Yankee, Bravo 14,
Question
hold short
is-
runway 06 left.
Okay, fuel looking good.
Taxi to
Fuel
runway
looking
06
good.
left via Echo 2, Romeo, Sierra 1, Juliet 3, Sierra 6, Juliet 4, Yankee, Bravo 14.
This is gonna be a
Hold short runway
long
06
taxi.
left Walker 4003 heavy.
But let's cheer up. We'll do it with a bit of speed. At least we get to enjoy seeing some of these AI aircraft, even though it's way too few. But I don't want the FPS to be eaten up by that. We're getting decent FPS, nothing great, around 33 FPS. So definitely in the lower end of things for X-Plane, but we are in Japan, so I'm gonna assume we're gonna get even worse as we get closer. And Inibuilds aren't as famous as Tolis in terms of their optimizations. One interesting thing here that I noticed is very kind of fluctuating the ground. I think I in some cases prefer in that regard the non-sloping in P3D, because sometimes they feel, or I feel at least, that they're a bit too extreme. I mean, now as an example, I think we're stuck because we need more thrust. I mean, in some cases it's very realistic, of course. Come on. God, we're gonna blow all of our extra fuel that we have. Okay, but still looking good. So far, so good. Yeah, beautiful looking engine. Let's brake a bit. We don't want to overspeed like crazy though.
Sri Lanka 455, confirm turn left on Tango 10.
One thing we should have done was put on the clock. Where do you do that with this one? Da, da, da. There must be, right? I think all of them. Yeah, here it is. It's just a weird looking one. I think that should do it. Chrono. The interesting part is that my hardware seems to think that the autopilot is connected because I put on the chrono. Yeah, here we got a bit delayed again by the hill. Maybe this is how it looks in real life. Could be wrong. I mean, it's not totally off that I mean, you have sloped runways, right? Nothing is completely straight. So in that sense, but there's some airports that they just looks weird. And then when you're there in real life, you're like, yeah, I don't really remember it looking like that. Okay, and now we're again picking up quite a bit of speed. And we're gonna be turning right here on the next one. Here you can see the green light. So we're gonna be braking a bit. We'll soon be halfway there. But it's gonna take a bit of time. Yeah, we're a bit racing this one, but I want to get up in the sky. At least some point soon. I really like all the kind of default traffic. You can have the same in P3D. It's like the FSX one, but it doesn't look too good. Some airports really need it because they are very empty without it, but I hate when they show up on the airports they shouldn't show up at. So it's a bit hit and miss. Okay. No stuttering thus far, knock on wood. Yeah, let's try to get back on the center line. Yeah, we're doing ping pong now. Okay, that should be better. And what do we have there? That's a Japanese Airlines. We have some ANA. And then, what's the red one? Peach, right? Maybe, yeah. Or the red one, maybe purple. A rosé, some sort of color blend. My wife would know what color it is. Okay, let's see. Yeah, we were taxing a bit too fast there, unfortunately. I got a bit too eager. We are gonna turn here in order to turn right, and then turn left, kind of ASAP. Not ASAP, but the second one to the left. Really cool, we can see the shadows of the aircraft. Okay. It's also nice always to hear, you know, all these different voices, right? That they're talking. You really realize what a community in itself aviation must be. everyone from different places on the Earth, representing different airlines, flying different types of aircraft, and all of that. Yeah, very kumbaya. Okay, we have about 1/3 left. It's gonna be really nice to take off. That was a weird car. That's one of the things that explain their cars. They are sometimes, if you don't have the paver one, they are a bit weirdly placed. And actually, I do think we might get to, or not really place the cars, but they drive a bit weird routes and then they disappeared. We do have a landing there. Is that an A330 maybe? So I guess this is the grandfather to that one. If it's a, or I guess if it's a Neo one, otherwise it's the father of the A330. Or maybe it would be the A300B2 that would be the really old grandfather. The great grandfather. Oh, okay, let's see. What is that? A350 maybe? Yeah, A350. Very pretty plane. I don't think I've ever before thought it could have been an or when I've seen an A350, it's usually, you know, I might mix them up. Oh, is it a 787? But never with an A300 or A330, sorry. But I guess, you know, it's sort of a continuation of the A330, the A350. And they have commonality, right? So that's pretty cool.
Tower on 118.2, Walker 4003 Heavy.
Okay, let's get these, let's brake a bit. Get all of this ready. And we'll ask for takeoff.
Tower, Walker 4003 Heavy ready for departure.
I don't think anyone else is coming in
Walker
as of now.
4003 heavy winds are 338 at 14 knots. Runway 06 left cleared for takeoff.
Okay, we got takeoff clearance. I think
Runway
that one is
06
leaving
left
now.
cleared for takeoff. Walker 4003 Heavy.
We'll do flex takeoff. What did it say actually in that regard? 54, right? So let's put that in there. Now we have the lights set up as we want them to be. Okay, let's turn here onto the runway and take off and fly towards Chubu. Or Chebu or Chubu. Yeah, I think it was called Chubu, right? Chubu. Chubu Center Air. Okay. Let's have a quick look on the outside. Looking good. The only thing, if I could change some of the things with this one, like if I could get like a final update with some minor things, it would be the glass. The glass looks a bit weird. But that's about the only thing in the exterior modeling. Of course, you know, things could be improved. But yeah, it's a very pretty aircraft. Okay. I think this is where you press to get the takeoff, right? So let's gonna push forward a bit. Okay, sounding pretty good. No, sorry, there it was. God, wrong click spot. Okay, let's push forward. Oh, come on, work with us. Okay, we are maintaining. We get we have rudder authority, 80 knots. Checked. And P1, rotate. Come on. Woo. We're up. Oh yeah, I forgot there's this weird bug sometimes with the landing gear. Come on, get up. No, not down. For the love of God. Is it coming up now? Finally. Okay, and we're gonna be
Walker 4003
turning left.
heavy contact Kansai departure on 119.2.
Okay, let's...
Departure on 119.2. Walker 4003 heavy.
Okay, we're getting the speed up. Yeah, sorry about that. It's this bug with the landing gear. I need to remember to check it on
Departure Walker 4003 heavy.
on
Climbing to
approach as well.
6,000 feet.
Because we don't want to end up
Walker
doing something wrong
4003
there.
heavy. This is Kansai departure. Go ahead.
Let's turn those off. Trim a bit. It's not fly-by-wire. It's easy to forget when you're flying an Airbus that doesn't have fly-by-wire. But yeah, looking good otherwise. Trim, 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 trim.
Walker 4003 heavy climb and maintain 11,000 feet.
Okay, 11,000.
Climb and maintain 11,000 feet. Walker 4003 heavy.
Okay, let's see. Okay, let's
Walker
trim.
4003 heavy, you are off course. Turn right to heading 015 to return to course. Contact Centrair Lights radar control on 125.55.
The funny part is that we're
Contact
more on
Tokyo
course
control on
according to Pilot
133.5.
JDC than we are on according to our own display.
Heading 015. Walker 4003 heavy radar control on 125.55. Control on 133.5. Walker 4003 heavy. Walker 4003 heavy.
Did we get everything retracted? I think so, right? We're not flying
Control
with
Walker 4003 heavy.
with
Climbing
slats,
to
right?
11,000 feet.
That would be a bit unfortunate.
Walker for 003 heavy, this is Tokyo control, go ahead.
Okay, we can pull this one. And the other one, we'll keep this one on the local. 'Cause why not? We're above 10,000.
Walker for 003 heavy climb and maintain flight level 170.
Ask one of the crew members to proceed
Oh,
with your
we
Climb
don't
and
wanna
maintain
descend.
flight level 170. Walker 4003 heavy.
We want to turn whilst
Walker
we
for 003
continue
heavy, you are
climbing
off
to
course.
17.
Turn right to
1,000.
heading 015 to return to course.
Heading 015. Walker 4003 heavy.
Heading 015. What the hell are they talking about? That's yeah, I don't get it because we're flying the right one, the right departure, so that's a bit weird. And look at that, we can see some aircraft with their contrails. I wish they were even longer, but that's better than we get in P3D at least. Or maybe it's actually kind of similar to P3D. It's very short. I guess they realized that that kind of eats a lot of FPS, so probably not worth putting too much time and effort into that. Okay, and we're turning. It's looking very nice. I actually think I want to do a new thumbnail. That will do. That will very much do. These are the kind of thumbnails I need. They will be the
Walker for
the
003
solution
heavy
to
resume navigation.
growing the channel.
Resume navigation. Walker 4003 heavy.
Oh yeah, one thing actually we should do. I think it's about time to. I'm gonna ask the autopilot. I feel like we're pretty stable. But let me just check. Auto, climb. Yeah, okay, that's good. But I feel like we're really pushing it with the V now. Yeah, but why? Why are we interested in being so... Okay, now it's changing a bit. Those windows really ruined this one, unfortunately. It would look really cool otherwise. In the right light, though, it can look pretty good. You don't see the ugliness of the windows on the exterior model. Okay, we're getting up to 17,000. That's good news. We haven't forgotten anything additional, I don't think. Did we? Well, of course we didn't do any here. We might have forgotten to put on the weather radar. That might have been the big failure. Let's do approach then, since that will be quick or soon enough. 215. Decision height. I'll put it on both of the displays. And we only have 100 nautical miles to go, so this is going to be a very short flight, guys, even for my standards. But that's good, that's good. I didn't want a long one today, so... what else do we need to check? Okay, we're not seeing anything on the weather radar, so that's good, I guess. Let me check, was there any risk of any bad weather? Nope. All was looking good. Okay, so let's zoom in a bit. Okay, we're in icing range. Does that mean we need to put it on? Do we want to risk it? Let's do it, because why not? Better safe than sorry, right? And how does it look from the outside? It looks pretty good. I would say with the ortho road thingy that removes the normal X-plane roads, the photo reel looks a lot better. Still hope they fix the weird shimmering far away. But I must say, now I can see, I mean, look at the range on seeing, you know, clouds and seeing stuff. That's very, very cool. I think I have that now more in P3D as well with the addition or with my little tweaks. Okay, 11 minutes. What else do we need to think about? Oh yeah, ILS. That's gonna be 1119. Yeah, that's the one. God, totally blanking there. Okay, and course of 357. Okay, good. We have that data. So everything else looking fine. Landing altitude 54. I guess that's 50. And the approach data, we'll do a 3040 VAP 132, and that's fine. Okay, we can close this one then. Or close and close. Leave it on with only the logo showing there. And let's jump back, see some nice views. I wish they had, or at least what I consider to be, let me check if it's further back with the other screens. Nah, but you know the map, the moving map. I don't know if some of you might not, if you're younger, the older ones, so you will definitely know what I'm talking about. But I think Field there has a add-on for that. It's really dope. I'm gonna show you. So for those of you who can still remember this one, I mean, maybe we'll have better picture here. But this, I mean, I can still remember seeing these on aircraft. I mean, and then this sort of look. I mean, this is gold. I mean, you can even see people still. I mean, it's an old add-on, right?
For 003
2008.
Heavy, expect the card's arrival with the card's transition for the ILS Zulu approach to
Let me
runway
check.
36
Map
at Tubu
for
Centrair
X-plane.
International Airport. Descent across Charlie
can't
Alpha
find
Romeo
anything.
Delta Sierra at or above 10,400 feet, then descend via the arrival with the card's transition to 1,000.
Okay, ILS Zulu approach to runway
QNH
36.
is 1021 at Tubu Centrair International Airport.
To 15.
Expect the card's arrival with the cart's transition for the ILS Zulu approach to runway 36. Will cross Charlie Alpha Romeo Delta Sierra at or above 10,400 feet, then descend via the arrival with the cart's transition to 1,500 feet.
Okay, and we can
QNH is 1021. Walker
start descending.
4003 Heavy.
QNH 1021. And I'm actually, just because I have a feeling that I might otherwise forget it, let's put it in 1021. And then, what else do we need? We are descending now. Hopefully nothing too crazy. Look at the speed though, look at the speed. Come on, aircraft, keep that in mind. Okay, we are slowing down. We probably won't need the anti-ice anymore. Yeah, look at this, looks beautiful. I guess the only thing when you have these many hills is that, you know, you get some shadow. That, you know, just because of, I guess when they're taking the pictures from above, the sun is from an angle, right? I guess you would get the best photo real at the equator midday. Unless for the sun the sun's reflection somehow is too strong. Okay, and we'll be... I'm gonna check if we have any approach. No, so they're thinking that we're gonna be flying further, so I'm gonna delete that discontinuity. And that should be it, basically. We are descending now. I'm gonna add a bit of spoilers. We did forget one thing, the auto brake. God damn, we forgot that on takeoff. Yeah, now I remember. You can't win them all, right? But yeah, a bit of a bummer. Let's check if we wanna use low or... We can use medium. We wanna get off the runway pretty quickly. There you can see the... Do we have any wing view? Yeah, this we do have. You can see the spoilers being used. We'll cross Charlie Alpha Romeo Delta Sierra, so this one we will cross at 10,000, at or above 10,000. Okay, and we're really slowing down now. I'm gonna put on the landing lights as well. Are those the ones that drop, or are they built in? No, look at that, it's actually a droppable landing lights. Interesting. Wouldn't that make them much more susceptible to, susceptible to, I guess, wear and tear, right? So you have a mechanism that drops them. Or maybe not the dropping mechanics, that would just be gravity, but pulling them, pulling them back up. I would presume that would be the problem. Okay, let's see, 10,000 feet coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign as
Okay,
we will shortly
10,000
land at the
feet.
destination. Please now return
We
to
want
your
to be
seat
above
make
5
sure
and
that all
then
your personal
4.
belongings are safely put away in the overhead lockers or
Now
under
what
the
can we
seat
see? We're
front.
still not over
Customers sitting
water.
in front row seats or in the emergency exit rows, place all
That will
items
be
in the
soon
overhead
enough.
lockers, leaving the floor area around your seat completely
It's
clear.
very pretty livery,
Please
this
check
one.
that your table is folded
Not
away,
sure though,
your
would
seat
the
is in an
tail look
upright
better
position
dark?
with the armrests down, and your seatbelt is securely fastened. You may
Maybe?
notice that seats have no direct current devices
Would
for
be more
landing.
coherent,
This
right?
can help secure your post-it to your pocket. Larger items, including laptops, must now be switched off.
Well, I guess the engines have the same, I mean,
Please also
a bit
take
of
care
dark,
to
even
remind
though it's
yourself
white,
of your
so...
seat text. Thank you.
Oh well, oh well. Okay, 9,000 feet. What do we need to think about? We want to put on the ILS thing here. We can do that. What else? We need to be prepared to drop things, aka gear and flaps, as we go in for our approach. Around 35 FPS now. Goes up to 40 on the outside view. And here we're really starting to see, we're getting down into the altitudes where the ortho is starting to look worse and worse. Still doable, but once you get down to around 5,000 and below, it starts to look pretty bad. Luckily we never land on ortho, knock on wood. Or let's put it this way, assuming nothing goes wrong, we never land on ortho. Okay, let's see. 8,000 feet. In order to help myself a bit, we'll do all of these approach lights. It's gonna be hard to remember them otherwise. And we'll also... we won't do anything else, I think. This should be fine. We can maybe make a call to the cabin that we're descending. Or maybe they did that already.
Please now return to your seat and make sure that all your personal belongings are safely put away in the overhead lockers or under the seat in front of you. Customers sitting in front row
I feel like
seats or
we're a
in
bit
emergency
low in the
exit
seat,
rows,
but
place
maybe
all
it's
items
just
in the overhead
since
lockers,
I'm pretty tall
leaving the floor
myself,
area
so...
around your seat completely clear. Please check that your table is folded away, your seat is in an upright position with
maybe
the
this
armrests
seems
down,
more...
and your
or maybe
seatbelt
this
is
is a bit
securely
high,
fastened.
hard to
You may
say.
continue to use
Walker for
your electronic devices
003
for
Heavy, you are
landing.
21 nautical miles south of the airport.
Larger items,
QNH is
laptops, must now be switched off.
1021,
No
cleared
device
for the
safety.
ILS Zulu
Please
approach
also
to
take
runway
care to remind
36
yourself
at
of
Chubu
your seat
Centre
text.
International Airport. Contact Centre Lights radar control on
Okay, we're cleared.
125.55.
Good news. And it's coming up pretty quickly.
QNH is 1021. Cleared for the ILS Zulu approach to
The
runway
missed approach
36
is to climb
at
to
Chubu
500
Centre
feet,
International Airport
357
radar
heading,
control
turn left
on
to heading 166 to
125.55.
intercept and proceed via
Walker
the CBE
4003 Heavy.
3, sorry not 3, R to 11 to 4,000 feet. Turn left via the
Radar
CBE.
control Walker
Okay, and then we're coming
4003
back
Heavy.
in. We're flying an
Descending to
arc.
1,500 feet.
And I think we actually might wanna
Walker
and a bit of
4003
slats.
Heavy, this is Centrair Lights radar control, go ahead.
Can we see anything? I think there are a lot of boats. Very realistic. There's the airport, right? I do wonder if the boats are really... I read someone who said that the boats are really pulling a lot of the frames. I think you have an option to disable them, but that takes away a bit from the immersion, I would say. Actually, having flown in P3D, I would say boats are much more important for the immersion than cars. But cars are, of course, a part of it. I really like the fact that I can fly with cars in X-Plane, while in P3D it's a big no-no.
Walker 4003
Because of the
Heavy
effect on
QNH
frames.
is 1021 at Chubu Centrair International Airport. Contact
1021,
Centrair
we
Tower
have
on
that set.
118.85.
We are going to be doing a left turn
QNH
shortly.
is 1021. Tower on 118.85.
Less drag.
Walker
Okay, let's arm
4003 Heavy.
the speed brake. We can clear. We want to be at 3,500 at
Tower
Hilba.
Walker
Feel that we are a
4003 Heavy.
bit
Inbound
behind,
for
but
ILS approach
looks
runway
okay.
36.
Maybe what we can do is
Walker
put
for
on the...
003 Heavy, good morning. Continue ILS
Let's
to runway
turn a bit
36 call
longer.
when established on final.
Now we can press the landing one. Oh, that's
Continue
really...
ILS runway 36 will call when established on final Walker 4003 Heavy.
We're still descending according to profile. That's fine. Let's though check if we actually wanna move away from that. What was it? 132? Was that the VAP? Yeah. Still descending. We're a bit below. Okay, let's have it even out so that we can get onto the glide slope. Yeah, there we go. We can see them being dropped. We can start adding some flaps. Very nice sound effect. You can really hear it. Okay, so far so good. And actually, I'm gonna skip the auto thrust. We have a pretty good visual indication of where we're at. What I'll add instead is more flaps, and I think we can take manual control over this. That will be a bit challenging, but it's fun. It makes it a bit of a... Okay. Let's throttle back a bit. We are on flaps full. Looking pretty stable. The wind is coming in. It's a headwind, so that's good. Should mean that we don't need to make too many corrections. Adding a bit of thrust. But yeah, so far so good. Okay, let's not jump out to a different view. That's gonna mess with my flying skills. Or wannabe flying skills, I guess you can call it. Okay. I think we can use this viewpoint instead. I think this will be more helpful. We don't need to see the nav map, at least not at this point. Okay, or actually the wind might be useful. So let's have it on for a while. We do have, I think, sufficient views of the runway.
Okay, vacate via Echo and I'll be nice.
Yeah, let's see.
We're gonna have to take Charlie.
Aircraft, correction via Charlie.
Okay. Think we can slow down a bit. I think technically we could have been a bit faster on this approach, but oh well.
Salmon 512, line up runway 36 left and wait. No, no, runway, Salmon 512.
Okay, we're looking good, we're looking aligned. Never been to this airport before in my flight sim career. I have I've been in, or I think I flew with the A330, the Neo, here in Japan a couple of weeks back, but well, that was the first time in X-plane, and then I flew a bit in P3D, but yeah, never been to Chubu. Okay, so we're a bit low now, so let's try to get back on this glide. I'm gonna pitch up a bit. That's gonna kill off some of our speed as well, so it's a twofold bonus.
Approaching 36.
Pitching up a bit more and gonna
Walker
trim a bit.
4003 heavy winds are 327 at 17 knots. Cleared to land runway tree
The
6.
only risk, I guess, is if we get too high of an
Clear
angle
to
of
land
attack.
runway tree 6. Walker 4003 heavy.
Okay, clear to land. Oh yeah, I forgot to say that we're established. Oh, well, you know, not too big of a deal, but a bit annoying, of course. Okay, and because now we need to land. I need to focus so much more on landing in X-plane, which I think is, you know, shows a bit that X-plane is it's a very realistic sim. It at least feels like, you know, you have not maybe force feedback, but you think at least that you have it. It's fine. 100. Yeah, let's use a bit of right rudder, I think. Okay, we're gonna go retard. There we go. Adding the reversers. We'll stop very quickly with these.
Walker for
Reversers
003
activated.
heavy exit runway when able. Report clear of active.
Good. That was a nice landing. Not the best one.
Please don't hesitate to ask. For further information and flights, visit walkerair.us.
Oh no, an empty looking aircraft. I need to check that. Something with this pack. It looks hilarious though. A couple of them. I think they are missing livery. That's the problem. Or missing their livery. Okay. We made it. We are talking with ATC saying blah 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 blah. And they accepted. Good. Let's just taxi and park. We can turn off these lights. Start prepping the APU. Bring back all the flight controls to their normal position. Start the APU. That's a pretty cool livery. Better than whatever that one is. Wearing a naked plane, I guess you could call it. Brake fan if installed. Okay, let's put that into use. And I think actually, I'm just quickly gonna show you. I think you'll be able to see. Not sure if all of the aircraft have it, but a few. I think a few of these X-plane ones have. Might be the Flight Factor 777 that has it with like a view of. I think in Peter D some aircraft have it as well. Could it have been here? Or maybe they weren't that warm. But you can sometimes see that they are warm. Okay, delayed takeoff. Is that on the hydraulic one or the wheel one maybe? Let's put on the APU bleed. I think we can taxi and park to the left of the Anna. I'm gonna assume it's a 787, right? Not the best view with those aircraft. Can we see what it is from here? God, I'm too bad. Maybe it's not a 787. Could it be a 777? Maybe? Okay, let's zoom out. I actually should add a new control. Let me just check quickly, sorry guys, just so I don't forget. Keyboard, and then we're looking at zoom. So we have zoom in and zoom out. Oh no, I can't add from my mouse. God damn it, that would have been perfect. Because I have these side buttons on my mouse that I could use. Okay, here we come. Ready to park. I'm gonna close pilot to ADC now. We had 108 landing rate, so not the one I want, which is 150, because that gives you a reward. And I've gotten 149 twice, I think, so you know, it is one of those, I hope, at some point to get them. No, it's a 767, this one. Okay, that makes sense. Do we have an A300 spot here? Maybe it's two. A320, A332. Let's park here at the CRJ, maybe, that's fine. Yeah, I really like the... something like that will do. But yeah, I really like kind of how the aircraft moves on the ground in X-Plane. It's a sight to behold. Okay, shutting down the engines and then we'll watch the replay. There we go. Pirate filed with Waka Air. And nothing else. Can we see maybe... yeah, 108. Accepted. Perfect. What we'll do now is the replay and then we'll call it a day. Call it a day. Here we go. At least the replay function works. That's great to see. I know some aircraft have issues with that. Because I was thinking if I was going to fly the Laminar A330, but then I decided I would fly this bird instead, and I'm pretty sure the Laminar one would work since it's the default one. Or I guess I would have flown the Aerogenesis version. Yeah. There we go. Look at that. Some ugly ass spoilers though. They look very brutish. But I think the coolest thing with X-Plane is really the effect on landing. I mean, look at the... and even with this, you know, old bird. Look at, you know, you can see kind of how it interacts with the ground. Like the ground actually exists. And I brought the nose down way too fast, but yeah. Big plus. And look at all these boats and stuff. God damn. It reminds me of Istanbul. It has the similar amount of boats outside there. I remember when we landed in Atatürk 7 years ago or something. But okay, we can toggle off the replay mode and we can call it quits for today. Thank you for watching. It was a bit longer than I thought, almost 1.5 hours. The taxiing took quite a bit of time. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. And otherwise, yeah. Thanks again, and bye bye.